Mm. Are we on?
Yes, we are.
What's up, Twitch
Woo!
TV? Language. Oh, family stream.
Pro streamers. I think you have until the 22nd.
Oh, nice. We got 2 weeks of fucks and shits, baby.
Wait,
No, the other
what can
S
we
word.
say? Oh. My notebook.
That's me. Okay, we can do that.
Nice. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Bella. I am Boondoggles on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I know I've done it. I've branded everyone. Applause. And I will be playing Lita, and she is a girl who can take away the idea of her out of your brain and turn herself invisible in that way. And she is, I just redacted. That's her superhero name. Bah, bah, bah. Who's next?
I think it's me. I think I'm third in the lineup.
Thank you.
Hey, hi Twitch. I play Piri. Piroshka. She does her whole sleep thing. She dreams and she schemes. You'll probably see more of what she does tonight. And as far as I go, I'm here to play this game. Sending it down on over to Rowan is next, yeah, because Velvet's not here.
Hello, lovely people. My name is Rowan. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me as @RedWhiteRP on the socials. Tonight I will be playing Marcus Masters, who uses he, they pronouns. Marcus Masters is the human embodiment of a light bulb, and when in hero form goes by the codename Radiant. And time to throw it over this way to my friend Rue.
Hello, I'm Rue. I use they or he pronouns. I'm playing Orquilo, who uses they, them pronouns. And Orquilo is a hex caster and a reality shifter, so they can change the probability of events occurring and things happening. So they're a luck-based magic user. And their codename is Amria.
Do you want me to recap?
You ready for this?
All right. I mean, if you want me to, I don't have to.
Yeah, we don't need to know what happened. We're just gonna enjoy it for the moment.
It's optional. I got my notes if you want me to.
We believe you.
Oh.
Hi,
chat can't hear you?
Wow, Flip has the longest cord to the computer. I'm just very, or is it? Oh, it's never mind. I'm literally Flip, how are you doing that? That's very impressive.
They've missed all of our fun vamping. I'm just gonna do a recap while we're waiting. So
I'm all ears.
Last time, we joined our heroes for their first day of training to become X-Men. We had a fun morning. Some people slept in. Some people got up at 5 a.m. to go running. You know, it doesn't matter who.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were shown to the danger room. Yay! And introduced to Chikorsky. Yeah, I definitely spelled that wrong. And hey, and Forge, who helped lead us through our code name selection. And then we ran a little test where we encountered a rather large robot. We battled said robot to varying degrees of success. We figured out that Lita has the ability to cause illusions, which is super cool. Except they don't really work on robots, unfortunately. Had a fun slam dunk combo move to destroy said robot between Resident Firestarter, Hildebranda, and Sleepyhead Puri. And then we were shown to a super special locker room where we all had our own private lockers with our own personalized X-Men costumes. We were given some special gear, as it may be. Our friend Orkilo here got a customized cane with like lasers and shit. I don't remember. I didn't write down all your cool powers.
Cane with lasers and shit.
Yeah.
Lasers and shit is a good way to put it. I'm really excited about it.
Lita was gifted a set of eskrima, which is a traditionally Philippine combat sticks that she will be taught how to use in the case of more robots. And
Case of
you
more
know,
robots.
yeah, Marcus got a costume that doesn't look at all like just a copy of Captain America's outfit. I don't know what you're talking about. They're not a fanboy.
Who? Them? Never.
Never.
Yeah. But unfortunately, our happy mood was soured a little bit when we went to the lounge area and heard on the news that in 2 weeks' time, the Mutant Registration Act was going to be enforced. And we were asked to go to bed by Dr. Gray, and that's where we left it.
Oh, also, Hildebranda wrote Captain in cool graffiti letters on top of Radiant on Marcus's
Yes.
locker. Very important.
Yes.
Which is important to the plot, and also because we roasted. That was a very important plot point. We did roast during the name process. Everyone was very cool about each other's names until we got to Radiant, in which Radiant said, "What about Captain Radiant?" And there was a long pause, and roasting ensued.
Listen, it's fine.
You know, but we didn't mean it. I mean, we did a little, but mostly not.
We meant it lovingly.
We meant
Captain
it
is
like
a title that is earned, not given. I stand by my decision.
Well, I imagine that they were captain of their lacrosse team.
They very much were, as well as the swimming team.
That makes me want to give it away.
I hate
Give it
you.
away more. That makes me want to give it away more. I think.
Unfortunately, track teams don't really have captains, so
No,
That's
they
true.
don't.
Because there's just so many.
Captain.
The
Can't
idea
captain
that
every team.
me doing like 3,000 miles, 3,000 laps, is being told by a person who sprints for 2 seconds, like, I'm going to tell you how to run, I would punch them. I'd be like, first of all. So I'm glad there's no captain.
Well, yeah, so Velvet couldn't make it today. Fair feeling a little under the weather. So we're going to carry on and figure out eventually, I suppose, what's going on with Hildebranda. But for now, I need everyone to start off with an initiative roll.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
initiate.
You know what I forgot? What's very important for playing tabletop
Dice?
games? Dice.
Ice.
Same.
Dice break.
Nice break.
Legitimately
It's okay.
a 19. What a great first roll.
This would be
What a
Damn
great
it.
and
Start
totally
promoting
real
dice.
first roll.
I love Sweet Pea maybe just sleeping as a whole like
God, I
thing. They're
love
like
your look, Rowan. It's so cool.
10. Do I add? Oh, actually, I just remembered that
You
my
added
initiative is plus
shit,
8.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I forgot.
What the fuck is my initiative? Oh, not great.
Rowan, you're muted. I can't hear you, babe.
Motherfucker.
So what was Sleepy's?
19, I'm sorry.
Barely beat me, babe.
And what Bella? What did Lita have?
18.
Was that with the plus 8?
Yep. I had a 10, and then I was like,
Plus 8.
wait. I don't remember why. I think because I made my agility or something really high. And then I was like, I must make sure to be fast so I can run.
How about Orgilo? What do you have, Rue?
16.
Ooh. I really hope Radiant has like a 2. That'd be very good.
And then how about Radiant?
18.
Okay, wow.
We rolled good this time, folks.
We can do things, everyone.
Yeah, it makes me super confident about all of our future roles.
Yeah, it's all going up from here, you know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used my one good roll on my initiative, so I hope it worked out.
And also the initiative in the beginning of the session, it's not even for like we know what it's for. Like if it was combat, I'd be like, oh, okay.
It's probably combat. Gotta
Why?
be
I mean, what else?
completely
What else
honest
do you
with
roll
you.
initiative for, right?
Blackjack.
It's
Having
not.
a conversation.
It's not combat.
Where
Oh.
you sitting? Where you are in the lunch line?
I love being right.
Oh, so I
yeah,
probably
that's
don't.
over.
So I probably don't need these laser eyes right now, do I?
Oh, that's up to you.
Look cool,
They're
though.
beautiful. So we will begin.
Would you like to see?
Would you like to see? We will begin. I believe the date is August 4th. It's been a few weeks since the passing of the Mutant Registration Act, and it's underway currently. And by currently, I mean the four of you find yourselves behind the wheel right now. Who has their driver's license?
Not I.
And who would be driving?
I want to drive. I want to drive. Can I drive well? What would you
You're
say
like
is that?
16. I don't even know if you're legally allowed to drive. Well, I guess Petey is an adult legally, so like so long as somebody sits in the passenger seat.
I will. Here's the thing: is like I do have a +8 in vehicles.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Look,
Marcus
I'm not
is the driver.
trying to like.
You can drive. Fine, you can drive. I have a +4. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
You're all
I just want to.
Marcus is a car guy.
So
Let the record show. Me, Asian Lita, can drive well in this game. In real life, Bella cannot. Lita is not the stereotype, okay? I need you, Julio, to know that. I need everyone watching to know that. I need future people to know that Lita can drive.
I ain't saying that.
Aquila grew up in San Francisco, so they can drive, but they refuse to.
That's very on brand.
That's what I like to hear. So Marcus is behind the wheel. You are all in your civilian clothes, or so it appears. As you are riding down the streets. Remember how I said let me open up all my necessary windows? Guess what? I forgot one.
That's okay. I'm patient.
So you're driving in a rather clunky, chunky car. we're gonna hit our first flashback. Within the last few weeks, leading from your first training session to now, uh, Marcus Masters was pulled aside by Dr. Hank McCoy. Hank looks you in the eye sternly with those beastly blue eyes. He says, Masters, this is quite a big deal. I've been driving this thing around exclusively, but I suppose you'll be in the field a lot more than I will. Here,
Dr. McCoy,
please just
thank you.
be careful with her. She's a little like driving a boat, but I feel it's in the right hands.
I understand exactly what you mean by that.
Don't let the other kids drive it, please. Like, take it nice and easy. Don't rev up too fast. Just, and even though it's armor plated, just please don't get a scratch on it.
Whatever you say, Dr. McCoy. I'll take great care of her.
Let's head on over to the garage. Let me show you my Black Beauty here. And he'll walk you to the garage with a little hand of bioscanner there. The garage door opens up, and you'll see an H1 Hummer. All black, windows tinted, everything, with a kit around it with a very dangerous looking like fender, so it could like definitely ram into things. He walks you around. Now, this might look like an old model, but I guarantee you this is state of the art. This was gifted from a friend, and Forge put some work into it. It's not
First
quite,
thing Marcus does. Sorry.
it's not quite you know, a fancy jet or whatever, but it's got some tricks in it. What was Marcus gonna say?
The first thing that Marcus does is pop the hood.
Is that a car guy thing?
Yeah.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
First time you see
I
a
don't know the breeds of car.
First time you see a smoking hot car and you're a car guy, you gotta pop the hood.
I gotta see what's under the hood.
All right.
See what
So
revs that thing.
I've watched enough Fast and Furious to know
I have
car
not.
guy shit.
So Marcus pops open the hood, and there is a beautiful engine. I don't know what that would mean, but nice looking. It looks a little too out of this world. You get a feeling that this is, if this is not like coming out within the next few years, this might even be like a little alien in origin. Dr. McCoy says, don't worry about oil changes or anything of the sort. We'll take care of that. It's probably best that we leave this stuff alone.
Does it
We'll
take regular or premium?
it. So here's the funny thing. It takes solar. So just
I can help with that.
Yeah, I figured.
Somewhere in the 2000s, that was a wild time for them.
This is a Marcus-powered vehicle.
Now,
I hate it.
now let's check out the interior. The interior is decked out, lavish. One might say this car looks like it's straight out of like Pimp My Ride. Besides there's the driver's seat, of course.
Very 2000s.
Beautiful like black leather. The steering wheel is actually like a separated thing, so you have two separate things there. There's a series of buttons and doodads. There's a center console with obviously a radio. on the passenger seat there seems to be like a computer screen of some sort. Dr. McCoy says that it's best to have someone tactically minded in your passenger seat. They It'll require a lot of work there. In the back, though, there's going to be a rather large, almost like bench seat for the second row there. But in the uh, storage compartment in the far back, there's a fifth seat and what appears to be a bunch of like mini monitors and a keyboard, and the seat's kind of on a swivel. You also see that there seems to be some sort of mounted um, weapon of some sort that could be removed. Now, that is for emergencies. Um, of course, if you're ever getting trailed or anything like that, just try not to depend on that, please.
Right, of course.
So the first rule,
No scratches.
second rule,
Don't let anyone else drive.
and third rule.
Don't depend on the super cool gun in the middle.
Well, I was gonna say take it easy, but
Oh, okay.
that's the fourth rule. All right.
Take it easy. Rule number 3. Got it.
So some quick tricks. On the steering wheel, you'll notice underneath, on the underside of there's a little bunch of buttons and triggers. There's gonna be a stealth there, and there's gonna be some really cool, like sound stuff that you can do to project your voice through it. Just don't worry about those too much for now. Just act like this is a run-of-the-mill car.
Okay,
Yeah. So
I can do that.
flash forward. You're now behind the seat of this H1 Hummer as you are driving down the streets of Long Island, uh, and as you're who's in second? Who's in the passenger seat?
Lena will be.
So it's Lita there. Lita, as Marcus is driving, you've got that console in front of you, and there seems to be like images flashing through the console of your surroundings. Again, something for this time period, not common. Um, and as y'all are driving, you see that there are crowds of people uh, with signs held up that say "No more mutants" or "Down with the scum." Um, the streets are filled with people as buses are driving past y'all. Um, on Lita's monitor, a message appears. It says, "Your mission." And then once you press that, Lita, a little video plays from Dr. Gray. She says, "Congratulations. You've done a great job with your training, and these are strange times. I would hate to put you out in the field so soon, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm sure you've heard uh, about the bus-ins and whatnot. Um, we've had some issues with this Mutant Registration Act. It seems that there are buses of mutants going missing. Now, we're not quite sure if this is a nefarious thing or if perhaps mutants are hiding, but we're going to need you to work on something for us. We're going to need you guys to submit yourselves to one of these programs to get driven, to get registered, and in hopes that we can figure out what's going on and see what the process is like. The more knowledge we have, the better, and perhaps we can find a way to dismantle this from the inside, or figure out where these people are going. Well, I wish you good luck, mutants. And if anything, you can always give us a call. Dr. Gray out. And the video.
So how are the chairs sitting? Like, there's the passenger seat. Is it one of those things where there's like a row of seats and then the next one has like another row of seats, or is it one of those things where it's like the middle seats are like 2 seats?
The middle seats are one like row. It's like a bench seat there. The fifth seat is like a captain seat. So it's like you get 2 captain chairs up front, and then 1 captain chair in the back, and then like a bench seat in the middle.
Great. Lita, upon the video ending, she nods a few times, turns invisible. You hear like movement of leather, and then she is somehow in the back. I didn't know this is what we were doing. I don't want to get registered. I'm scared.
Absolutely not.
Is Orkilo dissenting to the mission?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Orkilo is like Hasidic Jewish. Absolutely not. Are they signing up to register for anything?
No, she didn't quite say sign up to register. There's just a program where there are buses that drive willing mutants to a registration area.
Gotcha.
Oh,
And you
okay.
find yourselves outside of one of those facilities right now. And
Gotcha.
you see
Okay.
these buses.
I think still Lita's in the back and goes, I'm scared.
Still.
What if we get separated?
We won't be separated. We don't have to actually register for anything. That won't happen.
I think
I
that.
don't love the idea. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I think that Pirushka has probably forced Orkilo into like the back seat so she can like sleep across the like bench seating, and she's like definitely asleep, but she like shrugs and she's like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal.
I don't love the idea of taking buses to anywhere like that I don't know where I'm going.
School buses were very scary. I always sat in the back.
Not to blow smoke or anything, but I would assume that we would be the most dangerous people on the bus at this point, yes?
I guess
Almost certainly.
Depending on who else is a mutant on the bus, but yeah.
I would definitely not be the most dangerous. I don't know what we could do. I can't stress enough how I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here or not. I don't know if I've said that enough.
You're supposed to be here.
Lita, you're supposed to be here.
Okay, I just feel like
You're
turning
supposed to
invisible
be
that's
here.
super dangerous, and I have some sticks, and they're really cool. But like, I just feel like maybe she's very much embodying.
Orkilo,
You know that part in the Meet the Robinsons where the dinosaur hits his head on the wall, and he's like, "I have."
And his arms are small. I do remember.
And I don't know how much this plan was thought through. That's the exact kind of like way she's holding herself. She's like, I'm not sure about danger, but I can stay hidden. Should I just stay hidden till you all find me?
The good news is
Orkilo
that
would take their hat off and put it on Lita's head. It's one of those big. It's a big black like wide brimmed hat, with like tassels that hang down from it that partially cover their face. So they're gonna take it off and put it on Lita's head.
That warms me.
Lita, that sounds like a fantastic idea, actually. If you can turn invisible when we all get on, that way no one knows that you're there and it just looks like the 3 of us, then we would have just one more ace up our sleeve.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just turns invisible and scampers back to the front. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know
Oh,
why I turn
hi.
invisible. It's just I feel like it's a gut reaction. now.
We all know, we all know where you're gonna go.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
Should I
Alright.
put on what song should we do next? She's fully oxed up, but she's not playing anything. She's just listening to what everyone else wants to play.
Well, I think we're here, so.
Yeah,
Okay, you
I
leave right now?
I think that Piri has already like made her way to like the van door. She's like slunk off the like couch and like onto the ground and like wormed her way to the door to like grab it and like it's like a van door, I assume. So it's like one of the ones you gotta like.
Oh, this is a Hummer.
Oh.
This is a Hummer.
Okay. Then she'll
I'll turn off the child locks.
yeah, the much less dramatic opening of a car door. Then she just falls out onto whatever floor is there, presumably.
Yes. So you have you have a building about a block away, and then you see the streets all around it just littered with protesters, and there's a lineup of buses there. What y'all are specifically looking for right now is where to get on a bus. So this is kind of where they take you.
Well, I think that to stay asleep, like Piroshka would have brought like just some like Walmart ass pair of sunglasses to put on. And then she kind of like walks like a Oblivion NPC, like because she's like half asleep. She would have a much easier time flying, but I mean it's not quite the time and place for that. So I think she just like, you know, galoshes type walking her way like down the like there's like a sidewalk or anything like that. If she can like throw a thumb up like she's like hitchhiking.
I like the else. Did she bring
is bound to
body
come
pillow? Did she bring like a neck pillow situation also?
No, like she constantly just like is in all kinds of terrible positions for like any sort of like muscles or like, you know, tendons, any like spinal discs. Just like bad news for her.
Well, here. What are the others doing?
Lita will wait for everyone else and then she'll do something.
Orkila's getting out of the car, but they're not happy about it.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Like in like a Telltale game in the top of the screen, it says Orkila will remember this.
And
if there was like
remember
if there was one of those like scales of like, should I have picked the other school? It's tipped a little bit.
Your like alignment shifts.
We can all just go join the Hellfire Club. Why not?
Lita would not be out there. She'd be like, ah.
No.
Are we the bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
Are we?
Are we the baddies?
When Kilo gets out, Marcus and Lita have known each other for like a month or so now. Is Lita okay with like being like touched on the shoulder and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Marcus would like look over and like put his hand on her shoulder and be like, this is scary, but the four of us together are an amazing team, and what we've learned in the last month alone has been puts us light years ahead of anyone else.
Yeah. I trust you.
We trust you.
We'll protect each other, right?
Yeah. If we're together, then that's all we need.
I like lower my voice. I wish Elder Branda was here. She always knows what to say.
Yeah.
She would start a fire over there and say, "Look at that fire! Don't be scared. There's a fire over there." And I would go, "That doesn't bring me peace." And then we'd do a little back and forth.
I would hope she wouldn't start a fire right now. We're trying to be undercover.
I
Um,
often
but-
hope that she doesn't, and then she does, and then I don't really know what to do, and then I have to call Ochilio, and then it becomes a thing. It's happened. I don't know if you've noticed more fires happening recently, and then being quickly put out without like the fire alarm starting. It's just, it's a lot of bit of an ordeal. It's very stressful.
yeah, that sounds like it. But listen, you can stay hidden until something happens, and we got this, right?
How will I know when something has happened?
Watch my eyes.
When they're like all glowing, or like
Yes, when they're all glowing.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, just as a general sort of.
I will interject. You all, I said that you are all wearing what appear to be civilian clothes. You all have various pieces of clothing. I'll let you choose what kind of accessory it is per each character, but you all have an X of some sort. I'm sure Marcus can see you're not really wearing street clothes. You all are wearing your uniforms, but it's all being cloaked right now by some strange technology. Where you got it, you're not sure.
Can I see it also because it's cloaking and I have the thing where I
No.
can?
Not really. It's a trick of the of lights as opposed to like psychic.
Gotcha.
I got good eyes.
I got good brain.
Marcus has ultra vision.
I do. I have ultra
Like
vision.
like a mantis shrimp.
Like a mantis shrimp. Fun fact, that's my favorite animal.
Wow,
It is. I was just saying that makes Rowan very happy. I'm sure.
It does.
that was at the same time.
The long looking at each other is making Lita embarrassed, and so she will just like. I think that she's starting to learn how to make herself slowly invisible instead of like a outburst, like kind of. Instead of being like a bright flushing, it's like a creeping on the face, so she just slowly turns invisible until she's gone, and the door opens and closes.
Marcus will get out as well.
So, what is your plan?
Is there like I don't suppose we just like see a line of mutants waiting to get on a bus, do we?
Well, no, this is. You know what? Let's flip it around. Yes. You do. This is not the end. This is the starting point. Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, you do see just a line of buses, and behind the buses on the sidewalk to that area, just a line of mutants. On the flip side of that, you see the protesters. There are armed guards outside of the buses and that area. They seem to be shepherding the mutants onto the buses.
So we're trying to get on the bus, but not also because we don't want to go to the place. We just want to find out where they're going.
I think we want to get on the bus. We just
Yeah.
don't want to die when we get to the other place.
Yeah.
That's
We
fair.
want to get to the bus, but not get to the destination. If that makes sense. Like we want to get to the destination.
Yeah.
We don't want to get to the destination.
Our pathway
Yes.
to these lines, they're not like blocked by the protesters since we are presumably on the side of
guys
the
are-
line.
Yep, you guys are on
Yeah.
the opposite sides. So
I
you're gonna
think
have
that
to cross the street.
how many lanes of traffic?
Just two.
Okay.
It's just like
Because
one
if it's like
coming
a
one way.
5-lane like highway, then it's like, well,
No, it's just like
It's just
a
not
typical
on
street.
the highway.
You're on a
Uh,
street, and there's a let's just go with a bus depot. It's a bus depot. That makes the most sense.
okay.
Okay.
Before crossing the street, Petey looks both ways, but her eyes are closed. Needless to say, she is sure that there's no cars coming though.
So
Christ.
PD gives me big PD is giving me some big Paris Hilton vibes right now in terms of the big glasses, super comfy
Yeah,
clothes.
exactly. It's exactly of the
And,
time.
She is so sure of herself that she doesn't even look to see if traffic is coming. expects just a simple life.
Yeah, she's absolutely simple lifed out.
Petey is so funny because not only are you wearing sunglasses, but we definitely can't see if your eyes are open or closed. Like the fact that we are behind you, probably because you left before us, and still we don't know, but there's something inside of us that just knows that maybe your eyes are definitely closed.
Sleepwalking across the street, you know? She's not jaywalking across the street, which is arguably as dangerous.
Or something, but like
The moment Petey like crosses the street, like just no care in the world, this large grouping of people take notice, and they just start screaming and shouting, "Another one! Another mutant among us!" So they start
I think that
stuff.
Perry leans into the like Paris Hilton and just like waves pretty casually, like, hey, like
Peri's kind of sus.
Anyone else crossing?
Yeah. Is there a way to like tell that Lita is nearby?
nope, not unless you can smell her.
No, that'd be...
I'll be cute. I'll be cute. You can walk across the street. I'll tell you what happens.
This is
You
a
don't-
difficult one because Marcus's powers are based around the light spectrum.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say no for that though, because this is more a trick of the mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, plus mine is just like sight and hearing. So, but when you're crossing the street, you'll feel like a hand, like, and it feels just like Lita's there, but like you can't see her. She's fully, you can't see her. She just takes your hand, and like
Alright.
she's like a child, like that you have to cross the street with.
Yeah, I like hold my finger out.
Oh, that's so cute. She'll take it. You look bonkers, probably though, just like walking like the.
I'll walk by, I'll like take my jacket and like hold it up by like the side of my face.
Yeah. So as y'all are walking, this crowd is just throwing trash at y'all as they're screaming, all chanting "No more mutants" or "Stop them all." It's just horrible stuff as you all enter the line. You see these
Can I
guards.
use
Mhm.
can I use my passive luck manipulation abilities to have a pigeon shit on a protester?
Oh hell yeah!
like just one. You gotta pick a good one too. Start reading the signs and see which one has the most offensive sign.
The one
Yeah,
spitting-
whichever one has the most slurs written on their sign.
All right, yeah, no.
Does
So-
the pigeon you can shit on the sign and the person? Do we get a twofer?
Yeah, it's
Super
strange-
lucky.
Strangely enough, it seems like a flock of pigeons are flying by as the skies open up and pigeon shit rains down upon these
What are
protesters.
the odds?
I love Kilo's power. They're the best.
Luck would have it that there's just, it's Long Island. There's a lot of pigeons flying around. Just waiting to poop on people.
Amazing.
So you've all made it in line. And the line is about a block long right now. The people in front of you, you seem to have a mother with two babies in her hands. She's holding both of them. In front of her, there is a middle-aged gentleman who seems to be doubled over with a walker, but you can tell that he's not particularly old, maybe 40s at most. But as he moves, you hear like a crumbling sound, almost like there's something rocky.
Hmm.
And of course, because the line is long, there's just a myriad of people. Some with more obvious mutations than others. There is clearly a person with scales and what appears to be gills around their neck. You can see someone who seems to like randomly light on fire and they keep on patting themselves out, and so on and so forth.
I want.
Oof.
Did the babies look like scared, or like the children in hand? Do they look like freaked out or anything?
The babies. Let me get a skill check. Let me get a perception check.
Receive those babies.
She's got these babies. Yeah,
25.
she's got these babies in each arm. They're both like pretty wrapped up. So Lita's gonna have to like, well, I guess you're invisible, so you can tiptoe around.
I get
But
really nosy up in here. I just get really close to the babies.
Like smelling the baby's head. Like, ooh, baby shampoo.
Baby smell.
so these babies are rather young. We're not necessarily infants, but they're not even a year old yet. Um, and they're both asleep, but the most telling thing about them while they are sleeping is that you can see that like through their eyelids, you can see like shining. One is just radiating like a bright white light from their eyes, while the other, strangely enough, seems to be darkening. Where there just seems to be no like the light is getting darker around their closed eyes.
Okay, okay. I don't know if I've ever said this, but is there a way for me to be able to do a illusion that only the people I want to see them? Like if I only wanted these two babies to see something, could I?
I mean, the babies are asleep.
Not yet. Yeah, the babies are asleep.
Okay, just good to know. Good to know.
That is
Okay.
something that you can try to work on eventually, though.
You know, I love the idea of Radiant losing grip of Lita and then gaining it back. And it's just because she wants to look at the babies. When we look at those
Amazing.
youngins. I'm a true Asian. I just want to be nosy about babies. I'm like, haha.
Just want to be nosy
How
about
much
babies.
do they weigh? What year were they born in?
So with y'all joining,
That's my mom.
with y'all joining, oh, did you win? With y'all waiting, this woman with the two babies just kind of turns around to y'all, and she says, "Yeah, this is bullshit." And she has long, dark brown hair, very tan skin. She's definitely like has a New Yorican Latina like vibe to her. As she's got like the babies in her hands, she's like, "Yo, this is such bullshit. These are just my kids. Like,
Yeah.
they want me to register my kids. Could you believe that?"
Well, yeah, I'm so sorry. That's awful.
Yo, I don't even
Yeah.
know why they were
I
born
mean,
this
they're
way.
just kids.
And the
They
funny
haven't done
thing is,
anything.
I no offense to y'all, but I'm not even a mutant. I don't know how this happened.
I mean, neither are my parents. Just sort of happens.
Well, your parents taking this all right?
Uh, well as they can.
Yeah. I don't even know what the deal is. Like, do I'm guessing since they're my kids, I go with them. I just got to get them registered, and then what? I mean, they're
No
just
matter
babies.
what, make sure you stay with them.
Oh, of course. My babies ain't leaving my sight.
Good.
And she just
They'll need you in a couple years.
couple years. Listen, they're not even a year old, and they can already walk. They can't talk yet,
Wow.
but like sometimes they be looking at each other, and I feel like they know. And like they look at me, and I feel like I know, but I don't know, because they be doing stuff together that's just like there's no way. There's no way. How do they communicate that? I don't know, but I don't know. These mutations. That's not even like a doctor I can take them
I
to
think
for this.
Twin thing.
What was that?
I said I think that's a twin thing.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's a twin, and I understand. She told me about it, but like, you don't understand this kind of twin thing. Like, they'll be staring at each other for hours long, and sometimes the lights get brighter, sometimes the lights get darker. I walked into the bedroom, and this one's boosting the other one up on the shelf. I don't even know how they did that. And the few people I talked to told me that, like, typically mutations don't even start this early. It's usually around, like, puberty or something, but
Yeah.
I guess I got lucky. I mean, they're both my little angels and all, but man, this world has to be so cruel to them.
Yeah. Sounds like you got some good kids there.
And they've got a good parent.
I do what I can. I do what I can. So how about you kids? What's up with y'all?
Mm. No place else to go, really.
Shit. Ain't that some shit? They really got us in a hard spot here, cause I can't afford any kind of fees or anything like that. Um, I really don't want to have to do this, but I can't have them gunning me down, slamming down my doors for this.
Yeah.
So after this conversation, the line's been moving pretty briskly as they're filling up bus by bus. As you come across the next bus to be boarded, you see the armed guard, not just like armed with guns, but like wearing like armor and everything. Like, seems a little too prepared for something. Face coverings and everything. There seems to be a badge on his breast there, with like initials. Seems to be some sort of like shield that says MRD.
Would we know what that stands for?
Let me get, I'll take either investigation or intellect, as you all kind of rapidly trying to think over what it could possibly mean.
What are we rolling? Intellect or what?
Intellect or investigation. Or insight.
Okay, well, I don't know what it is.
22.
Holy shit.
22.
I rolled a
24.
19.
You're 24. Oof.
Yeah, I rolled
Y'all
a
are
18 and I got +6. Oh, you'll find out that she's a 0 in she's a 0 in deception. So I put a lot. I heavy loaded in some things and not so much the others.
You're kind of mulling this over. Both of you are. Everyone who got more than 15. You're all mulling this over and you're like, MRD. Well, the M, definitely mutant. R, response division? Potentially the mutant
Cool.
response division.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big moment. Do you board the bus or not?
I mean, I already waited in line.
Not gonna get off the ride now.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta
Like,
stay on the ride.
I'm like 70 minutes into this line wait, and I just saw the sign that says like, "Don't get on if you have like lung issues or something." Like, I'm like, I mean, I'm already here. Like,
It's really hot, and you are so tired of this line, but it just moved up, and now you're like, maybe I've already been in this long, and you say, I've already been in it this long for at least 7 more moves up.
so yeah, I am stepping up the stairs of the bus as we speak, unless somebody's like, "Hey, what you doing stepping up those stairs on that bus, huh?"
Can I try and clock how many like guards are on the bus, or
On the bus,
if
sure.
Super
if there's
good
any-
question.
or if there's anyone like does the driver have like a hidden gun or something, or
Let's go for perception.
boy,
Let me check and see if you have anything else that might help you.
that is a 20 in perception.
Let's go.
Ooh,
I mean, I have the ultra vision, but that's really for just like seeing.
spectrums of light.
Yeah,
So-
Cool.
See, like, see into the gun
Shots of you,
spectrum.
Roman.
And
the guns.
the gun spec. Are you boarding right now?
Yeah, trying to like clock this as I'm boarding.
Yeah. So as you're boarding, you see the bus driver. He has some sort of headset, like helmet with a visor in front of him, like a little vision visor. Also armored, and you definitely see like a hip holster.
Mm,
And there also seems to be on his left side. There seems to be another gun there. And then as you
Okay.
continue, the seat behind the bus driver and across from that are two armed guards also. Then, as you further down the bus towards the back end, you have two more armed guards. And of course, on the windows, they've got like barricade little railings on there and whatnot on the windows. This is most definitely like a prison bus that is being used for this.
okay. My vote is that we sit in the back, like right near the guards.
Everyone else cool with that?
I mean, if Marcus shares that plan, like, absolutely. Like, otherwise, I'm pretty sure Pewdie would have probably gotten on first. So unless, like,
Yeah.
she might have just...
Marcus would probably like
Whatever.
put a hand on Piri's shoulder and just like keep walking towards the back.
Okay.
I like that
Yeah.
we start trying to go say, "Oh, we're moving. Okay, we're moving."
Yeah, like, she wouldn't fight it.
It's pretty
All right, so y'all
real. They're just behind. You know.
y'all managed to get a two seats towards the back, two per seat. In front of you, the mother is like getting comfortable with her kids, and the woman that she's talking to, a younger woman in her like mid-20s, she offers to hold on to one of the babies just because this poor woman's been holding on to two babies this whole time. And after the bus gets a little full, you see all those awful protesters. You see the Fred Phelps of the group just covered in pigeon. He like has his like jacket off, and he's just like still holding his sign despite it being like filthy. The vitriol in his face is terrifying. This man looks like he's been reduced to like his like base hateful instincts, as just spittle is oozing out of his mouth, and his eyes are just beaded with anger. He keeps on shouting, screaming at the bus as someone bends down, picks up a can, and throws it at the bus. Shortly after the bus kicks into power, begins to drive away.
As we're driving away, I'd like to look at the group of people. Oh, never mind. I think it's time to say something.
Is Lita visible right now?
No, she's still invisible.
So someone would have definitely tried sitting on Lita.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I like the idea that maybe it's Petey. Like, there's like a misunderstanding. Hey, T, do you think Petey would have actually sat on Lita?
No, I don't think so.
Aw,
Like,
that's-
I think that it's not like she's like trying to take up a lot of space, at least with like all these people. So like, unless like that was the only spot to sit, I think like she knows. I mean, she knows Lita's invisible. It's not like she's gonna be like, oh, there's this little space right here. What's going on here with this lump? This invisible lump, you know?
So someone does try sitting down though, and it is that older gentleman uh, with his walker, uh,
Gotta give up your seat.
and I mean, he's in his 40s. He's not that old. He's middle aged, and
He's literally rock crumpling.
He literally is falling apart. Literally, what are you talking about?
well, you notice that his back has some sort of like mass. So you've got you all get after seeing all the students that you've interacted with at school, that this guy has some sort of rock powers that are just emanating from his back specifically. Um, without having any sort of training or anything like that, he's just been living his life with like rock back,
He's got rock back.
a turtle shell of like just
He's
rocky
really carrying
exterior.
a mountain on his back,
Yeah.
It's just...
Mountain back man.
It's
And
okay.
I
It's just his Master Roshi cosplay.
I've seen a few people, because I'm Asian, I can't stress this enough. So there's a lot of thing where older people, especially Asian, like do this like weird scooty move when they're about to sit down, kind of.
Mhm.
And as soon as she sees the descent towards her, I think she will leap and like jump on Radiant's. I don't know if she's sitting with Radiant or probably Radiant's lap.
Oh,
And then she wants to say I'm sorry, but then she's like, I have to be quiet. She just covers her mouth.
so because we did a little bit of a time hop here, each player has one flashback. Would anyone like to use their flashback right now? Particularly either Lita or Marcus. So with your flashback, you can go ahead and set up your scene. You can let me know at what time this took place in between your training and now. That choice is up to you.
Yeah, I'll take mine if that's fine.
So where
Okay.
are we? When are we? Set us up.
Oh, sorry. I'm just knocking everything off my desk real quick.
Cat skills.
Yeah. Now that that's taken care of, we flash back to the night of the night of our first day of training. It's like 12:30, like 12:30 a.m. at this point probably. And
So this is after y'all were all like told to go to sleep.
yeah, it was
Suggested.
suggested to us.
So who's present?
Yeah. It is Marcus, and so Marcus is like outside of Lita and Hildebranda's room, and we'll just like slowly slowly opens the door, and like goes over to Lita's bed and just like pokes her on the shoulder.
So I will say, Marcus shushes Lita, but as they like look around the room, the other bed is empty.
I don't know, but I don't think we have to whisper.
I have a question, Julio. When I went to sleep, Hildebranda was there, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I look and I go, you're gonna wake up Hildebranda. Where's Hildebranda?
I don't know. She seems like someone who gets up to shenanigans.
Yeah, but like she always tells me she's going up to shenanigans. She leaves me a note, or because I get worried. The first night I got very worried, and I think that she realized after that maybe she should tell me.
I'm sure everything's okay, right?
Oh yeah, sure, probably.
We're safe here.
Probably.
Yeah. Marcus will like go into a bag and pull out two of those like those like ice cream sticks, the things on the like ice cream on the stick that you get from like a truck. And it's like, here, I found these in the kitchen.
Where did I take one? You got one for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to let you know that you were really good earlier today.
You don't have to say that. I know I messed up.
Well, that's okay. You know, we're allowed to make mistakes. How else are we going to grow as people, right? Bes-
I feel silly because I didn't even know until Dr. Jean told me that it was a psychic thing. I might know it sounds weird, but I thought it was just one of those things in movies where I turn invisible. You know?
That's what I thought too when I first saw it. I tried, so I can um sometimes if I like really concentrate, I can like um see like different like wavelengths and stuff. Um so like when I first met you, I tried to like, flip through all those to try and find you. But it didn't work. So like I thought the same thing you did.
That's that's fun at least.
Yeah. But no, Dr. McCoy, he's a good dude, but he was kind of rude to you earlier today, and I wanted to see how you're doing.
I'm doing okay. I woke up Hildebranda because I was crying.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I apologize a lot to her. I shouldn't have cried so
For
loudly.
crying?
Yeah, usually I'm better at sobbing silently, but I'm just not used to having a roommate.
Mm.
My
What
brothers had their own room and I slept in the basement.
in the basement?
Yeah, it's just like it's just made more sense because they had need more room for all their equipment and stuff, and I don't have any real hobbies, so why would I need a lot of room? You know what I mean?
You don't have any hobbies? Oh, I don't believe that.
Ho- Hobbies would mean going to like a game or buying things for it. And I didn't want to draw too much attention away from my brothers. They did a lot of really cool things. You know, they were really into sports and they were really artsy and they were really smart. And there's a lot of events. And when you do a lot of events, the calendar fills up. And I just didn't want
Hmm.
to take up space there.
But what do you do? What do you do when you're alone?
I don't know. I sometimes dance,
I like dancing.
but I'm not very good. I'm not very good.
Oh no, neither am I. That's what makes it great.
Yeah, I just watch those pop music videos, and I just like the way that all the girls move. They look so cool, and I tried to imitate it once, and then Rodney made fun of me, and then I didn't do it again in front of people.
Well, Rodney seems like a jerk.
No, he's really nice. He's a good brother. He just was teasing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just too sensitive.
I don't know about that.
Did you come all the way to my room to ask me about my hobbies and make me feel better?
Yeah, you seemed like you were upset.
Why would you do that?
You seemed like you were upset. I wanted to make sure you were all right.
You must be a very, very kind individual. Is that
Uh,
also what your power is? Super kindness? Hildebrand and Archilio said that your superpower isn't running, so I was just
no,
curious.
that's just a lot of training. Yeah,
Okay.
that's just a lot of laps and
Because my brothers did sports and they didn't run that much. So I just was very confused.
well, coach used to just make us do laps when we like messed up a play or when someone was late to practice or when he was just in a bad mood. We did a lot of laps.
It's nice
So,
that you found happiness in something that was treated as a punishment before.
yeah, I decided that well, if I had to do it, then I was gonna make it mine.
She like eats the ice cream because she doesn't know what she's supposed to say. Thank you.
Yeah. Come on. And Marcus will there's no one else in the room, so Marcus will like close the door and take out an iPod and put it on the desk and turn it on. Um, and some pop song comes on, probably Britney Spears.
I was hoping
Uh,
you was going to say that. I was really hoping you were going to say that.
no, it's Toxic by Britney Spears. That's what comes on.
Yes!
And Marcus just starts like poorly dancing around. It's like, come on,
No, it's really embarrassing.
nope, come on, and like grabs your hand and pulls you up off the bed.
She does that thing where she's like doing the clap thing because she's scared to dance, and then after a little bit of seeing, Marcus dance, then she'll be like doing a little bit of dancing. I assume that actually Lena is a very good dancer, but was her brothers just trying to bully her because they didn't want her to be good at something.
Marcus will like flash some lights on the ceiling or something.
Oh, that's so cool. And I'll be like, it's like a club. I've never been to a club before.
Neither have I, but this is what I imagine they're like.
It's very cool. It's much better because there's no other people. That seems like the worst part of clubs.
Yeah, very crowded. Yeah, have a little
And
dance
that's the
party.
intro.
That's
Yeah.
very
And scene. We flash back to our current time, and we are on the bus. Um, the Mr. Rockback Mountain realized that, oh man, someone here probably has powers to go invisible. Okay, sorry. I'm, I'm sorry. As he's a middle-aged Chinese man, uh, and he just kind of like waves at he waves at Lita, but like too close to her face. So he doesn't realize that anyone's there. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." As he finds himself another seat.
and move back. And even though we're sitting together, I think she's still holding on to Marcus's finger.
Marcus will like move to the center is it like two seats next to each other or like a bench kind of thing?
It's a bench. It's like a
Okay,
square.
Marcus will like move to the center of the bench and like put their arms up around it.
Mm-hmm.
Um just to like give the impression that they alone are taking up the entire bench.
Yeah, they're just one of those people.
Marcus can act like a douche if he needs to.
I I would love to see this.
He's had
You
training.
said it.
You said it.
He's at training.
So the bus kicks it into gear. Sorry, the bus kicks it into gear and begins their drive. Um, it's awkwardly quiet on the bus until finally, um, the woman with the two babies. Let's give her a name. Her name is now Rosa. Um, Rosa speaks up, finally breaking the awkward silence, as she's like, "Yo, bus driver, bus, where are we going? Where are we going?" And no one really responds. Well, how long is this gonna take? Cause I got these kids, and the bus driver again doesn't say anything. One of the armed guards from behind y'all gets up and kind of leans over, says, "Ma'am, the bus ride will be approximately 3 hours. So please just try to quiet down."
Well, where are we going?
Uh, he turns over to Marcus. Like, upstate.
I
Goes back, sits down, and the bus ride commences. So, with this bus ride, it is approximately 1.5 hours since start of stream. you like to take a break right now?
Yes.
I'll
please.
piss if you'll piss.
All right.
What?
Break time. We will be right back.
Family friendly.
No. And we are back from our break. Hello again. We left off on an armored bus ride from somewhere in Long Island up to upstate New York. Uh, Upon this bus, we've got our budding X-Men, or I mean, we never really decided on a name, actually, now that I think of it. So if someone wants, we could flashback that. Um, but the bus is intended to shepherd mutants to a registration point, um, because the Mutant Registration Act has been enacted, and it's a sad situation to be in. But some people don't know exactly anything else. They feel like this is what they have to do. So, did anyone else want to do a flashback right now during this bus ride?
Not a lot of whole pertinent things going on,
Yeah.
honestly.
So the bus ride is rather uneventful.
This bus ride reminds me of a time when I too saw wheels. We flash back to the first time I saw a wheel ever.
You're like, wow, that's a wheel.
That sure as hell is a wheel.
What a wheel.
That sure is a wheel.
Spins.
So we are reaching our... Ooh, actually, no, we're not. So we already rolled initiative. Let me get a perception check.
From everyone?
Yes,
Or
everyone.
oh boy. Dun, 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 dun.
I got a 15.
16. Ha.
23.
Well,
I got a thing for sure number. I'm not looking at my character sheet because I was putting tabs together. I got a
What'd you roll?
21.
21? Alright, so,
21.
let me also... Omria, let's see. You have a power. You have the ability...
I do.
Do you have an ability to see luck trends?
I do, yes. Visions of luck or something it's called. Visions of fortune.
Yep.
Your names was just.
So as we are on this bus ride, you're finally hitting, you're driving through the Catskill Mountains. Rather beautiful, like, area. The trees have just started changing, so you've got a lot of, like, beautiful green, foliage with a lot of, like, just light green to yellow, just starting to change. If anyone's never seen what upstate New York looks like during the autumn, mwah, beautiful, great. Check it out. In this scenario, though, sucks. You're in a bus, you're going somewhere, yikes. So, whoever got more than 20, I believe that was Lita, and that was Orquilo.
Yeah.
The bus ride is loud, bumpy. They didn't seem to spare any comforts in this ride, but over the hum of the engine and the road, you hear like something revving up, and the two of you brace yourselves as another vehicle strikes you from behind.
Oh.
oh fuck! And I told us to sit at the back of the bus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, about that.
Is Puri asleep?
Yes, she's completely cognizant. She like knows what's going on, but for all intents and purposes,
Okay.
she is asleep.
Yes, Beatty has a strange sleep is not normal. Like
Yeah.
for Beatty, because she isn't she like constantly aware?
Yes, and as of like I think that like now that it's been like a month since they've been training, I think like recently she's like been awake less and less. Like as time goes on, I think she spends like less and less time awake. At least like
Fair enough.
awake and like exhausted, like slumping about.
I think that we at this point have noticed, like we starting to realize maybe.
Possibly so. It's like I'm sure that everybody just assumed she was asleep to begin with
No,
anyway. Oh,
no.
what's up?
It'd be so funny if Beatty's just like always asleep, and like
Lita
no
just-
one knows it, and they're like, Beatty, what's your secret? And she like takes off her glass. She's like, I'm always asleep.
I'm always sleep cat.
so funny. That
My
probably does
secret.
happen. Lita and Beatty.
So
I
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
there's nothing I can do, so I guess I just freak out. And I'm already invisible, so I can't turn invisible. What a bummer.
Let me get a Is this how that works? Yeah. A toughness save from Beatty and from Marcus.
Oh.
Cool. I'm good at this one, right?
You
Yes, I'm
all.
very good at this
Your
one.
toughness.
I got 18.
Okay, I have 2 numbers in toughness. Why?
One is with your force field, the other one is not. So you don't have your
Ah.
force
I don't
field
have-
active.
Oh, okay. I got 13. My bad.
13.
Okay, so the lower
I looked at
number
the
then.
first one. Yeah, you want the lower one.
Well, I rolled an 11 total.
An 11 and the DC. So
Okay, I'm sitting with Marcus. Is there a way for me to brace and then take half damage and give him only half, and like half a happy? If I brace both of us.
well,
With my-
the two of you, especially Orgilo, would like know what's about to happen. Like you've been training non-stop for like the last few weeks. Like something like this about to happen. You're like almost like instinct at this point to like brace for like impact. So if you would like
Yeah, 'cause
to,
I was asking because Orkilo would have like grabbed Piri to make sure that if when the car hit them, she didn't go fucking flying.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
which is fine. Yeah. So if
Thank
y'all want to
God.
go ahead and just use your reaction to like brace both of y'all, they will take half damage.
Okay, I will 100% do
Epic.
that.
So
I think she like sees it happening, and instead of grabbing her finger, she like grabs them really fast. It probably feels very weird because the skin clothes ruffle, but like, and you feel someone, but it doesn't. Nothing else changes.
What's wrong?
So,
Bonk!
and so Marcus says, "What's wrong?" And plow. This vehicle hits yours so hard that the rear of the bus lifts up and starts turning. Falls flat on its side.
Shit.
Rears on the bus go round and round.
So I'm going to give you all, starting with Sleepy, you all have like a split second of reaction time as time seems to slow down for you in this car accident as your adrenaline is just taking over, your training instincts are kicking in. You each have one thing you can do right now.
I grab the children. I grab the babies.
Well, let's start off with Piroshka.
That's what I was